besties, welcome to Gracie May's Tarot. So my name is Bethany and we're continuing our 7 days of future spouse readings. So today's going to be a little bit different. We're going to go more specific today. We're going to try to find out the exact moment your future spouse says I love you to you. Now, if you end up saying it first, we'll try to pick up on that, but we're trying to figure out what are the circumstances around this, how do you feel about it, and again, if you're the one to say it first, we'll be getting into that as well. Yeah, like how far into the relationship does it happen, all those good stuff. Now, we have 3 groups to choose from today. For pile 1, we have the 2 of Cups with the Pastel Journey Tarot. For pile 2, this is my Sailor Moon deck. I don't remember the exact name of the deck, but I'll definitely have it in the description box with the name of the Etsy shop. But we have the 2 of Cups with that one as well. And then pile 3, we have the Weird Cat Tarot. I just thought it would be cute to let you choose the 2 of Cups card that you were most drawn to. If you feel called to more than one group, there could be some overlapping messages. You know, it doesn't hurt. Just check it out. You know, if it's a later group and I notice there are some similarities to like pile 1, I'll try to say so. You know, if one deck isn't, you know, resonating with you, you can always choose another group. Or, you know, maybe the reading isn't for you and that's okay too. But yeah, timestamps are in the description box. For those of you who are curious what this is, I also got this from Etsy. It's so adorable. I don't know. I don't think it's meant for tarot cards. It might be, but it fits like all the mini decks really well. And then you can put like your astro dice and stuff in the center. So I'm going to be using multiple tarot decks, but these are going to be your main decks that we're using today. Okay, I'm rambling. It's early in the morning. I'm waiting for my breakfast to come. And I thought I would just go ahead and start filming while I was waiting. So yes, I hope you all are having a great December so far. Alright, let's get into it. Hi pile 1, so if you chose the Pastel Journey Tarot, you are in the right place. I love all the decks that I'm using today. Like, these are some of my favorite decks. We'll also be using the Affairs of the Heart Oracle deck, and then at the end of your reading, we'll get some Spark Romance matchsticks for you all. Okay, so pile 1, the exact moment your future spouse will say I love you to you. What are the circumstances? Are they saying it first? Are you saying it first? Where are you? We'll get general messages with this deck, and then we'll ask more specific questions depending upon how your cards lay out. We're kind of just playing this by ear. If you would like to see more readings like this, definitely let me know in the comments, or if you have any video suggestions. I know I'm really far behind on video suggestions, but you know, I'm filming at least a couple subscriber requested videos every month, so eventually I'll get to it. And if you have a really good idea, you may be there was one, I think it was the messages from your future spouse's higher self versus your higher self reading. I thought that was such a cool idea, and it came from a subscriber, and I was like, I have to film this tomorrow. Like, it was just so good. Okay, pile 1. The exact moment your future spouse will say I love you. I'm smiling a lot in this reading, even though it's early in the morning, so I feel like we're off to a good vibe. Like, I feel like this is gonna go well, but we'll see. Also with this deck, sometimes the shuffling does take a while, so if it's really long, I might just cut it out a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't ruin the magic for you. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups and the Magician to start, and I just want to see like how far over I can move these where you'll still see stuff. I wonder if I open the blinds, will that? Yeah, that gives us a little bit more light. Okay. Sorry, in pile 1, it's always the group where I'm figuring stuff out. The Queen of Cups. Oh man, this is very this is starting off the Tower. Yeah, this is starting off very magically. Okay. And then we also have the Eight of Cups here. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. So your future spouse is definitely the first one to say I love you, but they weren't planning on it. This is not something they thought about. Not to say that they didn't think about saying I love you to you before, but in more of an, you know, a contemplation sort of way. Not where they were like, yeah, today's the day, tonight's the night, I'm gonna say I love you. It's not like that. They surprise themselves when they say I love you to you. Okay, they weren't planning on it. It wasn't premeditated. It just comes out, and it's such a shock to them. And you know, in movies where, you know, a character says something and they didn't mean to, or something unexpected happens, and everything kind of goes to black, like everything else is muffled, this person starts freaking out, and it kind of sounds like everyone else is underwater, you know? Yeah, it's like they say I love you. They aren't meaning to say it, it just comes out, you know? It's like, you know, like when you're hanging up the phone and you automatically say I love you, and you know you're on the phone trying to schedule a dentist appointment, but it's such a habit to say I love you. I feel like this is picking up on this person feels so comfortable with you. This person, you know, has this depth of feeling towards you, and so it just comes out. They're not planning on saying it, but it's like there's an easiness to it, you know, because they feel so comfortable with you, and because this is your future spouse, so obviously they have romantic feelings for you, even if you're not dating them, and this is like a friends to lovers type of thing. I could definitely see this being friends to lovers, but yeah, they're not meaning to say it, it just comes out, and they freak out about it. You know, like they're not noticing the way that you're reacting, you know, they're not watching your face to see how you're gonna react. They aren't, even hearing you if you say I love you back, because they're just freaking out that they just did this. They're like, oh my gosh, you know, there's like a worry and concern that they've messed everything up, you know, they've dropped the ball, they've ruined everything. Here's why it's too soon. Either this is friends to lovers and they're worried about messing the friendship up, or they feel like it's too soon. They're like, I can't say this, it's too soon, I've messed everything up. They're gonna freak out, yeah, that's what it feels like. You know, they feel like with the Tower and the Five of Cups, like they've ruined everything, like you're gonna walk away from them with the Eight of Cups. And some of you, the reason why they say this to you is because you have helped them with something. Like there's something very sweet or very kind that you did for them that really touches their heart, or even like you traveled far to help them. If this might be long distance for some of you, or you're talking to them again like over the phone and you guys are really far away, but they've had like a horrible day and you just say something that is so comforting to them. Yeah, it's just, I'm throwing out a lot of different messages because there's a lot of different scenarios, and you know, a lot of you are watching this, but there's definitely overlapping themes here with everyone. Like your future spouse is saying it first, they're freaking out, they think it's too soon, or it's gonna mess up the friendship if you're not dating them. And yeah, but it kind of feels like this person is typically, you know, very good with emotions. This person typically wears their heart on their sleeve. They don't have a problem expressing themselves, but the stakes feel so high with you. Now, for those of you where like you're in person with them when they're saying this and it's not over the phone, there is going to be a kiss. There is going to be a kiss. Let's get your vibe more. Like, how are you responding to them saying I love you? Because they feel like you're a wish come true in their life. Like they feel so connected to you, so they're kind of just, they're freaking out that they've said this. Okay, the delivery person is here, so they may ring the doorbell. Hopefully they only do it one time. Okay, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling that they've said this? Aww. We've got the Queen and the King of Cups. So this is, it doesn't matter whether you identify with the Divine Feminine or the Divine Masculine, because I could definitely like flip this. Like if you feel like you're the Queen of Cups, I could flip this easily and say this is how they see you. And I mean, they're still emotionally typically very good with their feelings if they're the King of Cups. So yeah, it doesn't matter. And remember, this is just energy, not gender anyway, but 100%. Like, you understand that this is a big step with the Death card. Like, you understand that this is going to change the entire dynamic. Like, if you're dating, this is going to make it super serious. This is going to mean that you're in a committed, exclusive relationship, most likely. And you understand that if you guys are friends, this is gonna take things to obviously a romantic place. With the Eight of Pentacles though, you're like, I'm up for it. Like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this change. I'm okay with it. The Fool card, like, you are ready for this new beginning. You're ready for this new chapter with them. You're ready for this new start. You're not worried about it. And yeah, I feel like you feel really good about saying it back to them. I don't feel like you have any hesitation or any fear about saying it back to them. So, you know, like how time slows down in movies? Like, everything here feels very like cinematic. This person may love to watch movies a lot, but you know how things like slow down and everything's in like slow motion and you're like waiting on the edge of your seat as like the audience member, like, are they gonna say it back? Like, what's gonna happen? You know, like, it feels like that in your future spouse's mind. Like, everything slows down. Your words are coming out in slow motion. You know, that panic they feel feels like it lasts an eternity, but it probably only lasted for 5 seconds, you know, before you say it back. So yeah, I definitely feel a lot of anxiety from this person, but I mean, everything seems like it's working out really well. Let's see if we can find out some more details. I've actually never used this tarot deck. Like, where are you when they say I love you? Of course it falls on the floor. Let's see here. Justice. Where are they when you say I love you? Ace of Cups. Okay, yeah, see, like, you just did something very nice for them, or you traveled far. Some of you could be on vacation, or one of you lives by the water. That could also be a thing. They could have also have like helped, you could have helped them even with moving. There's something there about someone helping someone else move. It could be like literally like changing house, or moving out of a bad situation, or moving away from a toxic person. You give this person either like practical like help, like I'm physically helping you move, or I'm offering you comfort. Yeah, you do something that really touches their heart. And for some of you, like, this person has just had so many trash relationships and like people who just treated them horribly, that one simple act of kindness really touches them. So this could be like, you know, you do something as simple as cooking them dinner, and it just makes them a little bit emotional because no one's ever done anything that nice for them. It almost feels like when this happens, like, you know, like when you guys finally, well, I say finally, I feel like it feels like a long time, like, oh, they're finally saying I love you, but I kind of feel like this group is full of romantics. Like, I don't feel like it actually takes them that long to say this at all. I feel like from their perspective, it's definitely too soon, but they don't regret saying it. Like, once you say I love you back, they're like, oh, okay. You know, like, I'm glad I accidentally said this. But they definitely mean it. I don't mean to say they didn't mean it. But when this happens, you feel like, okay, you know, this is it. Like, this is the person I'm gonna marry. Like, you just know. Like, if there was any, like, little last bit of doubt that this was your person, that goes away the moment they say I love you to you. And this also, yeah, you two are alone. It's just you and them. So either like you're talking on the phone and it's just you or them, or you're someplace together and it's someplace with some amount of privacy as well. Queen of Cups again. Yeah, like emotionally, this just feels like homecoming. This just feels like so right. Like you've met your equal match. And I think for many of you, you may have dealt with partners who couldn't say I love you, or partners who played games or said I love you to be manipulative or controlling, or just because they wanted to get something from you, not because they genuinely meant it. Or this could be your future spouse's energy. You two could also be mirroring each other. The Two of Cups. Like, yes, like I feel like there's just so much reassurance that this is going to be a healthy, happy, balanced partnership, and that both of you are on the same page. Like, both of you mutually feel like, yes, I love you. You know, it's not like you're just saying it back to appease them or, you know, to avoid an awkward moment. Like, you genuinely feel that way for them as well. With the Six of Pentacles, like literally everything here is about balance. Some of you really are, like, this happens over a shared meal. So either, you know, like you cook for them, or, you know, you've taken them out to a dinner. You have done something nice for them. You have done something nice for them. Like, they're feeling really down this day, really emotionally vulnerable. Yeah. Or, again, it's just the fact that all of their past partners or past connections or their last relationship was really, really bad. With the Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, yeah, like this person was in some sort of situation where they were being lied to, they were being misled. This person may have dealt with someone using them for their money and their resources. People trying to cut them down out of jealousy. It feels like they've just had a lot of toxic relationships. And for some of you, like this person's family, I'm picking up that their family has treated them really poorly, really poorly. And so they just see you as the opposite, the Seven of Pentacles. Like, this is someone who I can build with. And I think, you know, again, there's this energy of like, you know, maybe I should have waited, but you know what, I didn't. And they said it back, and, you know, it's all okay. It's all worked out. It's all good. You know, like there's that immediate flood of relief. Again, like you're going to kiss. And if you guys are out to dinner, it's a very private dinner, because I am picking up this food. So like maybe you guys are like eating ice cream in a park, but you're away from, you know, the crowd, or you have a very private table, you know, like maybe you're eating outside and most people are eating inside, or again, like you cook them a meal and they're at your home. There's just this sense of like privacy here that's coming through very strongly. Are there any last messages, Spirit? Anything else that we should know about this that I haven't said? Ace of Wands. Okay. For some of you, it might move further than just a kiss. And yeah, they really just want to highlight very strongly the deception. Like, this person has been deceived in the past, and I feel like they may have had like a bad association with the words I love you. You know, like they may have had a partner who said it all the time, but they were cheating on them. And so they have just like I love you was a phrase that had previously almost left a bad taste in their mouth, you know, and now it feels like that's over, that's done with. Like, I no longer have this bad association with the words I love you. I no longer have these negative feelings about love. Yeah, you feel like a wish come true. This could happen in the springtime or during the months of March, April, or May. Let's see if there are any other messages here. Pile 1. Okay, I was picking up on travel. Like someone has traveled far. Like you guys could be long distance. You could be on vacation when this happens. Or this could be, you know, happening via phone. Because, you know, I mean, when I say phone, I mean, you could literally be on like a Zoom call, sharing a meal with each other, having a virtual date, you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like this person, like when you come into their life, it's a whole new perspective on love, and it's letting go of this energy of sadness. I feel like when you meet your future spouse, they have come out of a period of heartbreak or loss, or that's all they've ever known in love, or they've had a really difficult time with family because family issues are coming up very strongly as well. Okay, we're gonna end your reading. New perspective. I mean, literally, it's right there with the Hanged Man. Okay, we're gonna get some Spark Romance matchsticks, and then this will end your reading. I'm not gonna say my usual spiel at the end because I want to go eat my food. Also, this is loud if you're wearing earbuds. I forgot to say that. I'm so sorry if I hurt your ears. Okay, pile 1. Y'all are like, well, it's a little bit late for that. Okay. We have a tickle fight. Yeah, you guys are very playful together. We have set a goal together. Playful, but still hardworking. And then we have recreate a memorable situation from when you first met. I feel like this is picking up on the fact that you all will always recall this moment. Like this won't be a connection where you forget the first time you said, I love you. You know, like you two are always going to remember that. I mean, you have the King and the Queen of Cups. So that signifies deep emotional connection. It signifies people who are sentimental and people who get nostalgic and people who, you know, are romantics. So yeah, I love the energy of this group. And yeah, I will see you all in my next one. Take care, pile 1. Thank you for letting me do this reading for you all. Hey pile 2, welcome to your reading. I had to go get my fluffy robe because, I don't know, it got cold all of a sudden. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. So we're going to be finding out the exact moment your future spouse says I love you for the first time. What are the circumstances? So we're going to use this deck to get sort of general messages, and then we'll get more specific. We're kind of just playing this by ear. I will say though, with the 2 of Cups that you chose in particular, so out of the 3 decks, this is the only one that uses pip cards for the minor arcana. Doesn't it kind of seem like 2 closed hearts, like both of you have been feeling this way for some time before somebody's gonna make the first move? I don't know who, but it feels like both of you have been feeling like you love the other person long before you actually say something, and then it's like your heart will have wings, like you'll finally feel free when you finally say it. So pile 1, it was like, you know, oh no, I said it too soon. Here, it's more of like a slow burn. Like you've been feeling this way for a while. They've been feeling this way for a while. This is nothing new that you're feeling. Okay. Some of your cards are flipped over, and I don't know how that happened. Okay, pile 2. A big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. Pile 2, your future spouse can come through as well, their higher self. The exact moment they say, I love you for the first time, pile 2, your future spouse saying, I love you for the first time. What do we need to know? Now, sometimes with these decks, they take a while because of the cardstock to actually flip over or come out. So if that's the case, I'll just cut out the shuffling. Although it seems like it's going pretty quickly here. Yeah. Okay. As soon as you say the messages will be slow, Spirit's like, oh yeah? We'll see about that. All right, let me just make sure you can see everything you can. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. Now, the Death card here is coming out in a very different energy than in pile 1. Here, again, that idea that your heart feels free, like both of you just feel so good about this. It really feels like this is kind of interesting here. Okay, with the Death card, this feels very healing. This feels like you're finally free. It feels like an awakening. So when Sailor Saturn in the TV show Sailor Moon, everyone's so afraid of her waking up. Everyone's so afraid to the point to where some of the characters are trying to kill her off, okay? Like everyone is terrified of Sailor Saturn. And I love Sailor Saturn, but everyone's so afraid of her. And Saturn energy itself can deal with time. And so you're so afraid maybe of the timing of it. Is the timing right? Is the timing right? Is the timing right? But eventually you see how her arms are just open, like you're just gonna say it, they're just gonna say it, and let the chips fall where they may. Because Sailor Saturn, in the show, it's kind of mixed up with what you would think would be like Pluto energy. So she represents death and like transformation and rebirth. But people just see her as death. And so it feels heavy, like it feels like, oh no, like this is a really big step. Is the timing right? Should I say it? Should I say it? And then at a certain point, you just give into it. Now, this is what is an interesting message here. Remember with your 2 of Cups in the beginning, I said, you know, I wonder who's going to make the first move. You are both, because we have double 4s here. We have 2 court cards coming through, a divine masculine over here and a divine feminine over here. Queen of Cups, King of Wands. I feel like with this position of the King of Wands, I can read this 2 ways. For half of you, you almost say it at the same time. Almost. But this Queen of Cups chickens out. So whoever the divine feminine is, chickens out. The moment is so romantic. The moment is so romantic. The moment is just perfect. If you've been obsessed with the timing, the moment is so perfect. You can't deny it. So this is a really romantic setting that we're talking about. Whatever is like the epitome of romance for you, that's kind of the setup here. So some of you, you know, a sunset on a beach. For others of you, you're like bookstore, coffee shop, winter, snow falling outside, having some cocoa. You know, everyone likes something different. So like whatever is the epitome, you know, some of you are real traditional, red roses, candlelit dinner, you know, like whatever is the epitome of romance for you. That's the kind of moment that we're talking about. But the divine feminine chickens out. The King of Wands, he steps up. He says it first. And so then the Queen of Cups like rushes forward to say it back. And again, like you almost say it at the same time. Almost, but she hesitates. The Queen of Cups hesitates. Now, with the 4 of Cups, I feel like both of you... Oh, and the other way it could play out is that you literally say it at the exact same time. But for most of you, The Queen of Cups, she lags behind just a little bit. She's a little bit slower than the King of Wands. And the Queen of Cups, I keep mixing them up because you two are so intertwined. The Queen of Cups, water in and of itself is a lot more unpredictable. Like Wands and Swords energy, you can bet it's fast. It's fast in a different way, but it's fast moving energy. Water is tricky, okay? Water can take on different forms. If water is in a liquid state, it flows, right? But water can also be ice, immovable, stagnant, stuck. If it's gas, you know, if it's in that state, it's foggy, it's unclear, it's a mystery, it's intangible. It's neither here nor there. And so that's kind of like, this can go multiple ways with this Queen of Cups. Okay, and I think also she's a little bit more in her head. This person, the King of Wands. Why do I keep doing that? You guys are just so enmeshed. Are you guys about to meet each other or something? Like your higher selves are just talking over each other. Like, okay, I'm not gonna get frustrated. Like, I need to slow down. They need to slow down. The King of Wands, okay? He's gonna say the first thing that comes to mind. He's not gonna second guess. You know, he acts before he fully thinks sometimes. Not to say he's not gonna mean it, because again, you both have been sitting on this for a minute. You've been feeling it for a while. Okay? And then similar to pile one, when it happens, when you do say I love you, you know wedding bells are in the future. Like, you know this is the person you're gonna get married to. I also feel like neither one of you is expecting the other person to say it, which is why it's so funny. I do think there's a strong psychic connection between you two, 100%. That's why I keep getting tripped up. I'm not just saying that. Like, I've honestly have never experienced that in a reading where I keep flipping the King and the Queen. If you guys have known me to do that in a reading before, then call me out. But I've never, as far as I can recall, have I continuously flipped, especially two cards that are of a different suit. But yeah, it feels like there's a strong psychic connection here. Four of Cups, though, you're not expecting the other person to say it. You really question whether the other person feels it. Four of Wands, you could be in a public place. This could be at like a party or a celebration of some sort. You have some sort of win to celebrate. This could also be why you guys are having like a romantic night out or even a romantic night in, like again, whatever your idea of romantic is. It could be because you have something to celebrate. Something went right, you know? Maybe one of you got a new job promotion or something like that, but there's something to celebrate. This does feel like you two are in a relationship. This doesn't feel like friends to lovers to me at all. It feels like you are in a relationship, in a committed partnership by the time you two say I love you to you. I feel like the King of Wands is just feeling light as air. Like, look at how happy he looks. And I mean, this character, Tuxedo Mask in the in the TV show, like he has Leo energy. Like, he's a little bit dramatic anyway. And you know, Leo rules the heart. So this person's definitely like, you know, I'm just gonna go for it. It is what it is, you know, like it's like the Fool card, you know, they're leaping off the cliff. This Queen of Cups is playing it cool again. But she feels everything. She feels even more than the King of Wands is feeling. Yeah, she's trying to play it cool, but she is 100% in her feelings happy about this. So you can decide for yourself, you know, do you resonate more with the divine masculine, fire sign energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or, you know, are you more of a divine feminine, water Scorpio, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer? And definitely notice like your Venus and your Mars, right? Like if you're a fire sun sign but your Venus is in Cancer and you identify with a divine feminine energy, then you're probably more of the Queen of Cups, right? Venus in Cancer, Venus in Pisces. The Sun. Aww. Yeah, you two are both very, very happy about this. Again, the King of Wands is going to be more outwardly happy. For whatever reason, that Queen of Cups, she's trying to play it cool. Okay, pile 2, how are you going to feel about this? How are you going to feel about this? You're going to feel, again, like you're free, like you're not trapped anymore. You don't have to worry. I feel like this was kind of weighing on your mind very heavily. You know, you were feeling trapped, like questioning it, like, am I making this up? Like, are they not serious about me? Am I good enough? You know, just getting in your head, getting really insecure and being worried that you're the only one feeling these feelings. You know, you're carrying the whole weight of all of the emotional burden of this relationship. You know, just this fear that it's completely one-sided. So yeah, you're gonna feel free from that, and it's gonna feel balanced, you know, like, okay, the scales are now in balance. This person does feel the same way about me. Yeah, I feel like you were just in your head so much about it, and you don't like to be in that way. You like to be, I'm picking up a very spiritual vibe from this group, you know, like you like to be zen, you like to be peaceful, you like to be calm. And I feel like some of you may have been worried that this person, I don't know, maybe you were secretly worried this person was talking to other people. Although I am picking up that you're in a committed relationship, but maybe you just have like some trust issues, or you're worried that maybe you're comparing yourself to their exes. Maybe you just feel like, I don't understand like why this person is with me. They're so attractive, they're so successful, like why are they into me? Yeah, I feel like that's all your own insecurities coming out because you are feeling so strongly for them that there's just this fear and anxiety that they're gonna leave you, you know, and that they're not feeling as serious about you as you feel about them. And again, I feel like both of you, for whatever reason, were holding back the fact that, and maybe that's why you're so anxious, is you're like, why haven't they said it yet? Why haven't they said it yet? Why haven't they said it yet? Especially if you're the woman in the relationship, maybe you feel like the man is supposed to take the lead. Again, that just may be a message for some of you, but it did come through. So maybe that's why these anxieties were just worsening and worsening, because you were just feeling like, why haven't they said it yet? Where are you when this takes place? Where are you? 3 of Cups. We did pick that up with the 4 of Wands. So yeah, you're in a relatively public place, or if you're at home, you have friends over, family over. There's some sort of celebration or event taking place. Now, for some of you, this is a very specific message, so don't get upset. But, I mean, I'm seeing the 5 of Wands. I'm seeing the 3 of Cups. Some of you, this is a little bit messy. Like, you are worried that they don't really love you because some of you may have been in a relationship with someone else, and this person was kind of chasing you, and you ended up, you know, leaving that other connection to be with your future spouse, and you're kind of having this maybe guilt of like, well, you know, how you get them is how you lose them, or kind of this anxiety of like, maybe they were just interested in the chase, and they, you know, now that they've gotten me, you know, they're gonna get complacent and then just leave me. They're gonna get bored, disinterested. Others of you, like maybe your future spouse has a history of being like, I don't want to say a player because that feels way too harsh for the King of Wands. More so like this person is so attractive, so charming, and they may have done a lot of casual dating. You know, like this person I don't think has a history of cheating or anything dramatic like that. It's just that they, yeah, like they're known as a great catch. Yeah, and I feel like that is what is making you so anxious, because you're like worried that there's other competition. You're worried that they're gonna stray. a lot of this is like your own fear, honestly, that you have to work through. And again, this may be like both of you feel this way. Like both of you feel like, why is this person with me? You know, like both of you just have some insecurities to work through. The Four of Swords, you're gonna feel so at peace. So at peace. I also feel like if you're in, you know, like a party, a celebration, a public place, you guys are gonna find a moment to sneak away. And when you sneak away together, that's when this happens. Page of Wands, yeah. When you sneak away, that's when this happens. And then, hold on, let me get a little bit more. And you, okay, for some of you, you sneak away and then you leave. Like you leave the party. You sneak away, you leave the party, and then that's when it happens. You go somewhere else. Yeah, you go somewhere else, and it's just you and this person in your own little world together, and yeah, that's it. So maybe you're at a party and you're like, let's get out of here, you know, and you go back home and you're like, that's a romantic setting for you, you know, like being at home, being comfy. For others of you, it's like, you know, let's go to the beach at night. You know, it's something adventurous, something different. Spirit, is there anything I'm not seeing about this that pile 2 should know? The Two of Cups. Yeah, like there's just this real reassurance here. This real reassurance that you don't have to worry. Like, I don't know pile 2, and I mean, there's a lot of you watching, and you all have different dating histories, but some of you have like a real insecurity, and I don't know if it's because this person is triggering that in you. I'm seeing a red cardinal now outside my window. Every time I see cardinals, soulmates. That's why. You are so emotionally triggered by this person because this is a soulmate connection. That's why I was picking up that psychic connection with you two. 100%. Like they just, a lot of this too, they're like opposites attract with you two. And so because of that, it's like you can't figure them out. You can't work it out. So because you can't guess what they're thinking, and maybe because you're typically a very intuitive person, it's easy for you to read people. The fact that you can't read them freaks you out. Yeah, there's a little bit of like a need to release control issues here. Now, with the, you see, even here, the Six of Swords, like they look like they've snuck away from the party, right? And it's this small romantic moment. So it may start with them putting their hand over your hand and looking into your eyes, and there's candlelight and there's a fire. Remember, like the moment is perfect. The moment is like peak romance. And you both look very dressed up for a party. And you sneak away. You go off on your own. Yeah, this person has like boss energy, I swear. The Seven of Wands. Yeah, like it feels like coming home. It feels like coming home to somebody. Like it's been such a long journey. That's also like some of you have waited so long to meet this person, to be with this person. You've been so lonely. Yeah, and typically like you're so intuitive, and you may be like watching a lot of tarot readings around this time trying to figure out, does this person feel the same way about me? And maybe you're getting mixed messages in tarot readings because Spirit is trying to push you to use your own intuition, your own inner guidance. And so that's why they're giving you mixed messages, because maybe they're testing you a little bit with this. Like they want you to follow your heart. And you are, but it feels more like your future spouse is taking the lead here. Yeah, like they are the one who is taking you away from the party. They're separating you from like your friends, or just, yeah, they want to get you alone. That's what it is too. And I think maybe there's a fear too, because with the future spouse, with the King of Wands, if that is your future spouse, if you are resonating more with that Queen of Cups energy, for many of you, I do think you are the Queen of Cups. But if you are resonating with that King of Wands energy, there may be a fear that, well, he's just with me because, you know, of the physical intimacy, like part of it, you know, and like when he gets bored, when he gets tired with that, he'll leave. And that's your shadow talking, that's your fear talking, that's your ego talking. That's not true. This is your future spouse. This is the one that you're meant to be with, and the person that you're meant to build a life with. And this person is like your good karma. Like, you've earned it. You've done the healing, you've done the work, you've earned it. But I think even when we have done our inner healing, even when we have done, you know, our shadow work, and we've gone on our spiritual journey and all of that, there's no end point, right? Like, this is a lifelong process. And sometimes, you know, when we have these soulmate connections, especially in love, that's when we're tested. Okay, you've done all this healing work. Now we're going to test you. Are you going to be open to receiving this love? Or are you going to tell yourself that you're not good enough? And so there just may be, I would just watch out for potential self-sabotage. That's what I would watch out for. I mean, you do say I love you back. You know, if you're that Queen of Cups, you do say it back. But just consider the possibility that you could say it when they say it. You could say it before they say it, and it would be okay. You don't have to torture yourself about this. Okay, yeah, I really feel like there's movement here. There's movement. I really feel like this is, I'm being like an open interpretation with this card, but there's movement. Like, there's a change in location. Okay, so like you start off going to the party, leaving the party or celebration or dinner, get together, whatever. You go off on your own. And then honestly, you probably go back to their place or they come back to yours. I don't feel like you guys live together at this time. You're going to feel so at peace, though, after. Oh, springtime. This came out in pile 1 as well. March, April, May could be significant. Yeah, this is gonna trigger you. You know, you're going to remember everything from your past. It's all going to come up, and you're going to have to say, I've healed from this. I'm moving on from this. I'm going to choose peace. I'm going to choose trust. I'm going to trust that they feel the same way about me. I'm going to trust that it's safe for me to love. It's safe for me to be open to love. Okay, some of you, there could be a little overlap with pile 1 because you're getting long distance now. Maybe that is also what is causing this anxiety. That makes a lot of sense too. Like, if this is a long distance connection, you may worry, like, are they like seeing somebody else, you know, like they took so long to call me back. Were they with someone else? Are we going to make it? Long distance is hard. Long distance is challenging. Are they going to change their mind about me? Yeah. Yup. Some of you have a history of this, and you're worried about the past repeating itself. 100%. Like, some of you have a history of being cheated on, of being lied to, and you're afraid. And Spirit is saying, don't. Like, keep going. You're almost there. Like, say I love you. Be open to it. We also have the winter season, December, January, February. See how I said, like, you guys are both sitting on this? So, like, both of you are feeling this way in December. But maybe you don't actually say I love you until the springtime because you're sitting on it. You're so afraid to say it. They're so afraid to say it. But both of you are feeling the same way about each other. And it's because of this, like this fear. This fear of infidelity, this fear that they're going to leave you. Some of you have like abandonment issues. Okay. Pile 2, pile 2. Let's get some spark. Oh, I keep forgetting to say this. This may be a little loud if you're wearing earbuds, so you might want to turn down your volume. Pile 2, pile 2. And I don't say any of this to shame you. Like, if you need to like wait until the springtime, or if you just want to wait and let them say it first, you're still going to get married. It's all going to work itself out. But just, I mean, you could just enjoy your relationship, or you can be afraid and worried and hypervigilant, looking for signs that they're going to leave you and being miserable, even though you're with the one, the person that you're going to marry, you know? So like, I would rather you not be miserable You know, I would rather you not have to go through all of that anxiety and fear and worry. So, yeah, I mean, all right, we have trade a secret. What's one thing that you don't know about each other? So be emotionally vulnerable. We have leave a note in a pocket or bag for your partner to discover. That's definitely like, that is a nice little combination of the King of Wands energy with like spontaneousness. Spontaneity is a better spontaneity. And then with the Queen of Cups, you know, something that's very sweet, right? Something that's very thoughtful. And then we have trade embarrassing stories from when you were younger. For some of you, you could have known this person in childhood or from your past, or you guys could both just have a lot of cool stories to share from childhood and, you know, you feel nostalgic, they make you feel like a kid again, that kind of energy. So just take what resonates. Okay, so pile 2, this was your reading. Thank you so much for letting me do this for you. I'm going to start cleaning up my little area while I keep talking to you all. Please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you always know when I upload. The easiest way to support the channel is to watch the ads. I would like to express so much gratitude towards everyone who chooses to do that. And yeah, I mean, it's been really cool to see our community grow. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So you all have the Weird Cat Tarot. It's so cute. Look at how they're looking at each other. I feel like this is kind of signifying both of you are kind of feeling this way, but like who's gonna make the first move? Yeah, like both of you have a rose to offer here. Kind of similar to Pile 2 a little bit, but we'll see as we get into it. So a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. But the first time your future spouse says, I love you, what do we need to know? Pile 2, and we'll welcome, I'm not Pile 2, I'm sorry, Pile 3. And we will welcome your future spouse's higher self. So Pile 3. Pile 3, the first time your future spouse says, I love you. Pile 3, what do we need to know? Pile 3, how pretty are these cards, right? We have the 7 of Swords. We have the 9 of Pentacles. The 5 of Swords, what is going on? The 5 of Swords and the Devil? Interesting. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Yeah. I want one more card. Aww. Okay. You guys. Somebody was gonna have some drama. And if it was going to be any group, it was going to be Pile 3 because y'all are always the wild card group. Something crazy, if it's going to go down, it's going to go down in Pile 3, okay? You have the 7 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, the Devil, and the Lovers. Y'all are having a fight. Y'all are having some kind of argument when someone says, I love you first. I don't know who it is at this time. We'll get some more cards on this, but someone says, I love you. And you two are fighting about something. Now, with this 9 of Pentacles and the Lovers, like, it's like everything, it's so heated, right? Like, you're really, like, you guys are mad at each other. Like, it's very heated, very passionate. Like, there's a lot of, some of y'all, this is like enemies to lovers. Like there's a lot of like sexual tension happening here. And y'all are both putting up a front with the 7 of Swords, like this dog wearing this little cat hat. Like, y'all are putting up a front, like you're denying your emotions, and that is what is fueling this argument. Like, you're not being truthful to how you feel. And I kind of, like, I'm getting the energy here that you two aren't even in a relationship. Like, you two aren't even in a relationship when this happens. Like, y'all are just fighting and fighting, and then it's like, someone says, I love you. You know, they're like, why are you acting like this way? Because I love you. You know, it's like that kind of fight. So this is like actually what is bringing you two together, because you're actually a perfect match. You're a perfect match. Yeah, there's like this intensity here, and you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like talking over each other. Yep. 100%. And I feel like y'all have been talking to too many people about this, okay? Like, I feel like everyone around you recognizes that you two are into each other, but it's like y'all are the last to know. Like, everyone else can see it, but you're the last to know kind of energy. Okay, who's the fire sign? Because they're saying it first. They're the one who breaks down. Whoever has the most fire sign energy in their chart is the one saying it. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Yeah, they're the one who is finally saying it. Yeah, Two of Cups. I mean, your Two of Cups came out, right? Like, both of you are feeling this way. Both of you have felt this way for a long time, and it's because of those repressed feelings. When you push feelings down, you push them and you push them down. When they finally come back up, because it demands to be felt, right? When they finally come back up, it's an explosion, and that is why, like, all of this, like, tension has been building, because you both have been denying how you feel, and then finally it comes out. It comes out in a fight. What are y'all arguing about? What are you fighting about? look at the Justice card. Something petty. Y'all are fighting about something petty. Like, you feel like, oh, it's just a matter of, like, principle. You know, like, what is right and what is wrong. But it's pettiness. Like, y'all are fighting over something so petty, so dumb. The Death card has come out in every group now, and I really like that, because it kind of shows that this is a new beginning. The past is bones. The past is dead. We don't care about it. And, like, we're moving on to a new chapter together. So, like, whatever has happened between you two that has sparked this argument, like, as soon as I love you comes out, that's it. You know, like, it's just the past is bones. We don't care about it. They love me. And then whoever is the Page of Cups, whoever is the water sign, this is kind of a little similar to pile 2. They're the ones who are saying it second. So whoever has more water in their chart, or, like, you know, you have a Venus in Leo, so you say it first, but they have a Venus in Scorpio, so they say it second. Or Mars, you know, those are the two love and passion planets. If you're arguing, your Mars signs could be quite significant. Yeah, so I don't know if I said this or not, but Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces for Page of Cups. Yeah. It's like you're calling them a snake, but you love them. You know, like, you love them. Yeah, like, you've been denying your feelings for so long with the Four of Cups. And it's been work. It's been so much effort to deny how you feel. And so finally, there's, like, this peace and contentment that can come. Finally, there's going to be movement. So, like, when this finally happens, you know, you guys are arguing. This could be, like, soulmate, twin flame, divine counterpart energy. But you're arguing, right? And when you say, I love you, and it finally comes to light, all of these repressed romantic feelings for one another, you quickly get together. You quickly get into a romantic connection. You may even quickly get engaged. Things move very quickly between you two. Okay, because you've known this whole time. You've just been denying it. And yeah, I think you've been lying to yourself. You've been lying to yourself how you feel about them. They've been lying to themselves. And you may have even pulled back from the connection for a while. And yeah, I feel like everyone's like, why are you still single? Because you're waiting for this person, but you don't want to admit that you're waiting. Yeah, it causing you sleepless nights, anxiety about it. Yeah, like you just needed to take that leap of faith. You just needed to go for it. There was no need for you to deny how you were feeling for so long. But it was scary, you know, and it was what it was, you know? Okay, let's get some more. I got so many tarot for you already, but where is this happening? Like, where are you guys physically at when this happens? For some of you, you're at work. For some of you, you're at work. You're at work, or you're at least at a place where you're at work or you're at home. Yeah, normally with the Four of Wands, I would say like you're at a party, and you could be still at a party, but it's at your house. So if it's a celebration or something like that, you're at your house, but you're somewhere that's familiar to you and a place where you feel comfortable. Or maybe if I'm pushing it, you're at like a family member's house or a friend's house. Yeah, it does seem like there are other people around or like witnesses to this argument. The Ace of Cups though, like when they say I love you, or if you're saying it first, you know, because it depends whether you're the Page of Wands or the Page of Cups, but whoever says it first, I mean, there's so much love behind them saying that. Like there's so much genuine feeling, like this isn't like a sweet, soft kind of like, I love you. You know, this is like, there's so much anger behind it, but the anger is passion. You know, like, I love you, you idiot. You know, like, of course I love you. Of course I feel that way. Like, how could you not see it? It's like, it's reminding me of Bridgerton, like season 2, when he's like, you vex me. Yeah, like you just, it was right there in front of your face. I feel like there's so much angst here. Like, why is there so much angst? Like, you really didn't see, you really had no idea. Like, I'm just, like, frustrated with you guys. Like, you really had no idea that they felt this way. Everyone was trying to tell you they feel this way about you. They're so into you, and you just wouldn't see it. You're like, no, they can't stand me. I can't stand them. Why? What caused this animosity between you two to begin with? I know it's going to be different for everyone, but let's just see. Can we just see, Spirit? Like, what caused this, like, tension between them to begin with? Like, why are they at odds with each other? Why are they at odds with each other? Okay, for some of you, it really is, like, work tension, like, for some of you, I mean, they could be like, okay. Several scenarios are coming up, which is expected in a general reading, so I'm gonna say all of them. Some of you, you work together and you just don't see eye to eye. You know, you just have different approaches at work, or, you know, different ideas about how things should be done at work. For some of you, they trigger you emotionally. They trigger you, and they just know how to push your buttons, and maybe they remind you of someone from your past, or you have projected that onto them. With the Justice card, again, it's just petty fights. It's like petty fights are like, oh, it's just based on the principle. They shouldn't do or say whatever. And then, because it is like opposites attract here. And then with the Seven of Swords, there's like this miscommunication, like something so dumb, something so small, like you feel like they lied to you about something. It's just a miscommunication. Like, I feel like for some of you guys, you just reached like a snap judgment about this person when you met them, and then you never let it go. Like, you never let your first impression go. Like, no matter how they acted after that, you just didn't let it go. Some of you just resent them for stirring up all these romantic, like, sexual feelings in you, you just resent them for it because you're not looking for love. And you're like, I can't stand them for being so attractive. Yeah, and they have just a totally different perspective than you. And you, again, it's like this resentment, like, how dare you, like, come in and make me fall in love with you and turn my life upside down, like, how dare you? How dare you take me away? Yeah, I think also sometimes this person can be, like, a little bit, like, too attractive, too successful. Like, they're, you know, like, the energy of, like, a winner, where it's just kind of annoying, like, how are they so perfect? Yeah, it just kind of gets on your nerves sometimes, like how perfect they are. Oh, this is a funny energy. If you haven't watched my love trope video, go watch it, because maybe you'll get the enemies to lovers group. I'll laugh if you do. Okay, what happens afterwards? After they say, I love you, what happens? Y'all still fight? I feel like you're, okay, this is what is happening. They or you say, I love you, right? Like, one of you, whoever is the Page of Wands, is like cutting through and saying, okay, like, you know, I love you. And the other person says, I love you too. Or there's more fighting, then the other person says, I love you. And I say there's more fighting because for some of you, you're like, why didn't you tell me? Why are you just now telling me this? Or like, don't say that to me. You don't mean it. Like, some of you continue to fight this person. If they say it first, some of you continue to fight this person on it before you actually say, I love you. Yeah, like, some of y'all are just a little dramatic about this. Like, you're just... Oh man. Yeah. I feel like you like to fight with this person. Like, what is that? Yeah. I feel like there's gonna be a point though. There's gonna be a point in this argument where, okay, like, let's just say they say it first, and then you're like, why'd you wait this long to tell me? Blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, do you love me back or what? And you're like, yes. You know? And then after that, then it kind of dissolves. It's one of two ways. It either dissolves into laughter, like you guys just start laughing at how ridiculous you're both being, or it becomes very passionate and you kiss. So, one way or the other. Yeah. I feel like eventually when the waters calm down, it's gonna just feel so beautiful. Like, yeah, like finally, yeah, some of you it's gonna end in passion. Finally, it's all come together, and yeah, I feel like this is, y'all have a spicier love story. It does feel more like what you would read in a book or what you would see in a movie kind of deal. It definitely feels like more of a passionate love connection. And yeah, like, I feel like there is big, like, soulmates, twin flame, maybe energy here, because I feel like this person takes you out of your energy in a good way. Like, they take you out of your complacency and they push you to be better, and you do the same for them. And sometimes change is hard, and sometimes we don't like being pushed. And so it's like you're meant to grow together. You're meant to achieve so much together. But in the beginning, like, especially if you've been single for a long time, or you've never known like what it's like to be in like a divine counterpart relationship, that can be so overwhelming, so intense, right? And this person's gonna come into your life in divine timing. This is also telling me that you two say I love you to each other at the perfect time. Like, even if it feels chaotic and crazy and kind of ridiculous, you guys do say it at the perfect time. Confirmation, we were on the right track with that Page of Wands. One of you has Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries as your sun, moon, or rising, or as your Venus or your Mars, because those would be the most significant placements. It could also signify that their whole birth chart is very fire sign heavy, or that's, you know, the case for you. You guys do say sorry to each other. You guys do make up, obviously. Yeah, and this could also be signifying, oh, okay, maybe this makes a lot of sense too. Here's another narrative that's coming forward. Because remember, it's a general reading, so there's a lot of different like specific scenarios. So mind you, if I say anything that doesn't resonate, just take 70% of the reading. Like for a general reading, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like not every single message is gonna resonate. Like, and I have to stop myself sometimes as a viewer myself, because like, yeah, I have channels that I follow and that I love and that I've watched for years. I'll watch a reading and like 80% of what they say clicks, but then 20% doesn't. That doesn't mean you throw out the whole reading and you're like, well, I guess all of it was nonsense and I should, you know, keep moving. No, like just claim 80% of it. It's a general reading. Like, do you know how many people are watching and you all have very different lives? You know, like if you click with 80% of a general reading, that is fantastic. Okay? I don't know who needed to hear that, but somebody here needed to hear that. Okay. Some of you, here's the story. You're not in a relationship with this person, okay? You're not together with them when this happens. But one of you gets jealous when you think that the other person is flirting with someone else, okay? And that is what, and you know, or they know that they have no right to be angry because you're not together, but you're still mad. and that's where the pettiness we were getting comes through. Like, it's a matter of principle. What principle? You're not together. Well, they've been leading me on. You know, it's something like that. 100%. Yeah, the universe, like, if you guys are like kind of wondering or having anxiety about when you're gonna meet this person, someone here is on a self-love journey, and when whoever needs to be ready isn't ready yet, and the universe will bring you together once this has been, you know, brought to a better place. So if you feel like, oh, I'm great on my self-love, then this is your future spouse not being quite ready yet to come into union with you or to be brought into your life. Okay. Oh, but they may be soon, September, October, November. So you could be meeting this person a year from now, or they could be coming later this month. Now, for most of you, like, the reason why I pulled this card was to see, well, I didn't pull this card, but I'm shuffling. The reason why I'm using this deck is to try to see, like, when they could say I love you, or you say I love you. Autumn. So the autumn season could be when you all have this fight and it comes to light that you do love each other. So September, October, November could be significant months for when this argument, I love you, comes to light. Okay, so yeah, you could be at a friend's house, you could be out with friends, or in, you know, a gathering with friends. It is somewhere where you feel comfortable though. You know, so it's like a friend's home, you know, it's not like this massive party at a stranger's house kind of thing. Okay, let's get your Spark Romance matchsticks, and this will end your reading. So pile 3, if you're wearing earbuds, you may want to lower the volume because this can be a little bit loud. Pile 3, their future spouse, please, Spirit. So we have stay up all night together. Okay. We have absence makes the heart grow fonder, take a few days apart. That may be why, like, if you guys work with this person, you know, that could be creating some tension, like you see them too much. And we have be vulnerable together, trade one of your deepest fears. There's definitely a need here for there to be more emotional vulnerability, because the passion, like the physical attraction, the lust for each other is off the charts, but you're holding back the emotions, and the emotions need to come forward, because if they don't and you repress them, they explode. Yeah, and I feel like the intensity of this connection, because it's so strong, you do need that time apart just to, you know, come back to your own individual energy, because it does feel overwhelming when you're with this person. It's just very intense, especially in the beginning. Okay, so pile 3, this was your reading. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you always know when I upload. The easiest way to support the channel is to watch the ads. A huge thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel, and I will see you all in my next one. Hope you guys have the best December.